We finally got Astra Yao's full kit info for Zenless Zone 0, and so far she's shaping up to be an insanely good universal support character. So today, we're going to go over her kit and overall value to see if you should pull for her. So for her kit, I'm actually going to start out with her special attack, because a lot of her main mechanics that you see throughout her kit are present in the special attack and are explained in there. So she's the only character in the game where you can actually activate her special attack and also EX special without needing energy and having the same effect on it, which is very good because you do want to use her special attack as soon as possible in battle, because this is where all of her buffs are going to come in. Upon using the special attack, you'll do a kind of like dash backwards and you'll be able to enter the idyllic cadenza state. And while you also do this, she also is going to release a number of tremolo attacks, which whenever I say tremolo throughout this, it is just her way of attacking. When you just use her regular special, she triggers one tremolo, and if you hold it down for a kind of EX special effect, depending on how long you hold it down, you'll do between 1 and 4 tremolos. And upon using this as well, you will also trigger a quick assist so you can go into another ally. So now to talk about the idyllic cadenza state, which is part of her special here and is the biggest part of Astra's kit. So while Astra is in the idyllic cadenza state, it works very similarly if you play Honkai Star Rail to Robin's ultimate, where all allies will just have a buff active. For Astra Yao, they will all have a 20% damage buff and a 25% crit damage buff active at all times, which for any DPS is going to be a pretty sizable damage increase. During the state, Astra herself can't move, but if you're using her on the field, she can dodge, and she also has a basic attack as well, so there are like just a couple things she can do there. Then during this as well, she also has an increased anti-interrupt and also 40% damage reduction, and when you switch into another character, whether it be through quick assist right after her special or through other means, Astra herself will still be visible on the field, but she cannot take damage. She's going to be invincible while keeping up the idyllic cadenza state. Then the other mechanic which is important for her kit here are her chords. So Astra could have up to 4 chords, and she gets 1 chord for every 25 energy she has. And upon having at least 1 chord, Astra can trigger a quick assist during the idyllic cadenza state, either when any character on the team hits an enemy once every 3 seconds, or any character on the team hits an enemy with a heavy attack, which is any basic attack where you hold down the attack button every 1 second. So getting more quick assists in there is definitely good for Astra and being able to switch between your characters faster. And when any character switches in via quick assist, chain attack, defensive assist, or evasive assist, Astra will consume 25 energy, which is equal to 1 chord, and will also launch 1 tremolo attack, and this attack is considered as EX special damage. So since you'll already invest in the special attack for the idyllic cadenza state buffs, you'll also be improving this tremolo's damage as well, which she is a support, so you're not really worried too much about it, but it is nice to have like a little extra damage there. So those are her main mechanics here. So now let's go into her core passive. So her core passive will only activate during idyllic cadenza, which should be up all the time because there is no time limit on it. Whenever allies switch into the field, either through a quick assist, chain attack, defensive assist, or evasive assist, and also whenever Astra uses energy to use an extra tremolo, like with her chords, both Astra and the ally that switches in will get an additional attack buff that is based on Astra's base attack, and this buff can go up to 1200. The buff itself lasts for 20 seconds, and the duration can be extended up to 30 seconds if you trigger it repeatedly. Next up for her additional ability, the condition for this is insanely universal. You just need to have any attack or anomaly character on the team, and because Astra is a support character, you're basically just going to have this active regardless of what comp you have her on. And for her additional ability, whenever energy is used for a perfect assist or heavy basic attack during the idyllic cadenza state, Astra will be able to follow up with 1 tremolo and 3 tone clusters. The tone clusters are another way she does damage as well, so not really anything we have to worry about too much. Next up, we have Astra's basic attack, which there's a few different ones to go over here, but because of the fact that Idyllic Cadenza will pretty much always be active, you're not going to see her regular basic attack, and even if you're in a rare position where she's not in Idyllic Cadenza, you should not be using that regular basic because you're able to use her special to activate it even without energy. So then, while Astra is in the Idyllic Cadenza state, there are 3 different basic attack options she has. First is the basic attack Interlude, which is just like a normal basic attack and will trigger quick assist upon hitting the enemy. The second one is the basic attack Chorus, which you can only trigger after a perfect dodge and will also trigger quick assist. Then her basic attack Finale is her heavy basic attack, where you'll hold down the attack button, which will also attack with Tremolo as well, will exit the Idyllic Cadenza state, and activates the core passive buff as well. And if you have enough energy, you're also going to deal an additional Tremolo and 3 tone clusters, and the Tremolo from this is also considered EX special damage. I think that this basic attack Finale will probably be good if you have like an insanely much higher level of investment on her, because otherwise I think you will just get a lot more benefit from keeping the Idyllic Cadenza state up rather than forcibly ending it with the basic attack Finale here, since this is the only way that you can end her since this is the only way you can end her Idyllic Cadenza state. Then for her chain attack, really the only thing of note here is that it will also put her into the Idyllic Cadenza state. So when you do put enemies into a dazed state, you won't break out of Idyllic Cadenza by doing your chain attack or anything like that. She will just put it right back up, so that is all good. Then for her ultimate, it will also put her into the Idyllic Cadenza state, and she is the first character in the game to be able to have a team-wide heal. She's going to be able to heal all allies at max skill level by 2,950 HP, which is a pretty decent amount of HP. Although with the decibel system now, with every character having their own decibel, you won't see this ultimate as much since Astra has a lot of off-field time, but it can be a nice way to heal if your team does need it in certain later game content. And lastly, after using this ultimate, the next 2 times you do a quick assist, they will be replaced with chain attacks instead, which for characters that benefit a lot from their chain attack, this is definitely going to be a very solid thing to have and a good ultimate to play around as well. So that is everything of value in Astra Yao's kit. So now to go over my overall thoughts for the character, I think that Astra Yao is pretty broken. She has some very strong support for the team and is very easy to activate a lot of it as well. The only thing that could have some interesting downtime and just maybe slightly uptime restriction depending on how you play her is going to be that attack buff, but the crit damage and damage buffs are going to be pretty much permanent as long as you keep the Idyllic Cadenza state up, which shouldn't be too bad, honestly. I definitely think that because of how easy and consistent her buffs are, as well as how good they are, I think Astra Yao is pretty much going to be a must-pull character for every player, especially considering that her additional ability only needs either an attack ally or an anomaly ally on the team, which really just sums up basically any kind of team comp. And I think also for free-to-play or light spender players, if you're wondering how much investment you have to put into her, in terms of her W engine, she doesn't need her signature because there are other options that are going to work well. Obviously, her signature is her best in slot, but you're going to be able to work well with something like Lucy's W engine or Nicole's W engine as some 4-star options. And of course, her Mindscapes are, all going to improve her capabilities overall. But I think that she has an overall pretty solid kit to the point where you don't need to really chase any Mindscapes right now. Maybe as the game progresses, maybe they'll be a bit more valuable going forward. But for right now, I think that Astra Yao is an insane character, and any player that picks up a copy of her is going to be pretty satisfied. So that's everything I have for Astra Yao. Let me know in the comments down below what you think and if you're going to be pulling for her. I'm definitely going to be pulling for her on my account. If you enjoyed and want to see more Zenless Zone Zero content from me, definitely be sure to hit that subscribe button. But with that, everyone, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.